Blender key.
Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create this Facebook logo inside of Blender. And it's pretty simple, and it's actually fairly low poly. It's only 325 faces, and it could probably be optimized quite a bit more. Now, I'm not the best when it comes to modeling objects in Blender, so do not take this as the best possible way to go about doing this, because I'm absolutely sure there are better ways to do this. But this is the way I know. And it will at least show you a different route to take. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to press File, New to reload the startup file. If you have the cube, go ahead and get rid of it because we don't need it. If this side panel is not out, you can press N to toggle it out. We need to add a background image. And the background image will be the picture of the Facebook logo that we are going to use as a reference. So check the background image, open that up, and then choose Add Image. Click Open, and in the description of this video you'll find a link where you can download this image. Once you have that downloaded, go ahead and that's the image you need to add or open up here. Now you don't see it right away. Now if I press 1 on the keyboard to go on the front side view, and then press 5 to go into orthographic view or two-dimensional view, you will see it. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on Screencast Keys, which apparently they're already on. I didn't see them popping up, but let me make sure that it's popping up. Yeah, okay, now it's showing up now. Maybe I just didn't notice it before. Alright, so we want to go ahead and create the basic geometry of this, and how we're going to do that, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead and press, or go down here to Add, and then Add a Plane. And this right here is just a basic geometry to get us started. I'm going to go ahead and rotate on the x-axis, rotate X 90, enter. And then just press G for grab and move it over to the bottom left hand corner of the hand. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit, and then press Tab to go into edit mode, and I'm going to go ahead and right click on this vertex. Make sure it's set the vertex select down here. I'm going to right click on this vertex, shift right click on this vertex, shift right click here, and then press delete. Press delete and choose vertex. Now that leaves only this single vertex right here, which is exactly what we want. Now I'm going to press G for grab to get it right at the corner of this hand. Now we need to extrude this around the entire outside perimeter of the logo. So just make sure the entire logo is showing, that way it's just easier. Press E for extrude, drag that to this corner, and then left click to drop. E for extrude, drag it to this corner, left click to drop. E for extrude, drag it to here, left click to drop. E for extrude, and then just do that all the way around the object. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but the more time you spend on it, obviously the better it's going to look. Now I'm kind of rushing through this, being that this is a tutorial, but it will give you the basic idea of how to go about doing this. Again, that's E for extrude, drag it with the mouse, and then left click to drop. E for extrude, drag with the mouse, left click to drop. And then just continue that all the way around the logo. Now right here at this point, you only have one line left, and you can't just extrude it to here. You have to fill in the gap. So with this vertex selected, shift and then right click on this one to select both of them, and then press the letter F on the keyboard to fill. Alright, now let's go ahead and work on some of the rest of the geometry. I'm going to right click on this vertex, press E for extrude, go to here, and then E for extrude, left click to drop, and then we'll go ahead and shift right click here and then press F to fill. Now right click on one of the vertices in the corners, it doesn't matter which one, and then E for extrude, drag it to the inside corner, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, and then just continue all the way around. Now at the end, you want to connect these two, but again, you can't just extrude it to this one. You have to have this one selected, shift right click on this one so that both of them are selected, and then press F to fill. Now let's work on the inside of the hand. So go to either this vertex or this vertex, it doesn't matter which. Right click and then extrude, left click to drop, extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, and then just work your way all the way around the inside of this hand. And remember, you can't extrude the last piece to this one, you have to fill in the gap. So with this one selected, press shift right click on that one so that both of them are selected, and then press F to fill. Now let's finish up the geometry around the outside of the hand. Now you can either start here or you can start here. With one of these selected, press E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, and then just continue that all the way around the outside of the hand. And then right here, we're going to have a little bit of a gap between the outside of the logo. See where you kind of have this gray area, and then it's a little bit of a gap, and then it's the blue. We need to build that into this. So we need to extrude this just to the end of the blue area right here, and then start working our way around the blue outline of the logo. So E for extrude, left click to drop, 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 and again, you don't have to make it perfect. E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, and then just continue that all the way around. E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude. Now you want to connect this vertice to this vertice. So with this one selected, shift right click to select both, and then press F for fill. Now we need to keep in mind that this outside area actually has thickness, so we need to build in thickness to this. So what we want to do is start right here, right click to select this vertice, and then press E for extrude, and then just go just a little bit out. And then what you want to do is just maintain about that gap all the way around to here. So E for extrude, left click to drop, 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 E for extrude, E for extrude, left click to drop, and then just continue that all the way around. And obviously this mesh could be a little bit cleaner, but you're getting the idea. I mean, I'm just trying to rough it so I'm not spending an hour doing this. Now, I did make a little bit of a mistake here. So if you look right here, there is no vertice to connect to as far as from here down there. So what we need to do at this point is put this on edge select, and then right click on this edge, press delete, and then choose edge. Now go back to vertice select, right click on this one, and then extrude out to about here, and then with this one selected, shift right click here, and then press F for fill. Now not shift right click, just right click here, and then shift right click here, and then press F for fill. Alright, we're almost there. So now what we need to do, we need to create the F shape. And the easiest way to go about this, and we need to do it, we need to add a couple of vertices or a couple of edges coming from like out here, over here, and down here, or down here coming up, just so the geometry makes more sense to the shader, I guess you could call it. I don't know exactly how that would be worded, but if you don't have enough, edges coming in, it confuses the smooth shader, and it will kind of look funky. So what we want to do, I didn't explain that very well. I probably confused you more than anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and right click here to select this vertice, and press E for extrude and go to here. And then I'm going to right click on this vertice, and you don't have to do this exactly like I'm doing it, and again, there's likely many better ways to go about this. With this one selected, E for extrude, go to the bottom, and then just select one of the ones up here, E for extrude, go to here, and then right click on this one, E for extrude, go here. Now right click, shift right click, press F, and then right click on this one, and then just extrude left click to drop, E for extrude, 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 left click to drop, E for extrude. Alright, now at this point, with this one selected, shift right click on this one, press F. Now right click on this one, E for extrude, left click to drop, 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 E for extrude, and then with this one selected, shift right click to select both of them, and then press F to fill. Right click to select, E for extrude, left click to drop, E for extrude, left click to drop, shift right click to select both of them, F to fill. Alright, now we have all of the basic geometry created. Now what we want to do at this point is we need to fill in these areas. Because if we look at it right now, like I'll exit edit mode, and I'm going to turn off the background image. All we have is an outline. See, I have it on solid, but it's just an outline. It's just a wireframe. There's no faces to it. It's just the edges. So we need to fill in the faces. So press tab to go back into edit mode, and 1 to go into front side view. And we know we need to create a face out of this part. The letter F needs to be a face, this needs to be a face, this needs to be a face. So what we want to do, let's go ahead and just start around the hand. So let's use circle select because it's easier. And just make the circle select part. Let me tell you exactly what I'm doing first off. Press C to open up circle select. And then you can adjust the circle select with the mouse wheel. And just make it kind of small. Don't have to be tiny, but just kind of small. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Now, we left click to select. And then just select this inner box. Right click to turn off circle select. And then press F for fill. Then press A to select nothing. You can press A once or twice. Make sure nothing's selected. Now press C and do the same with the outside. Now we need to go ahead and select the inside also. Well, I'm making a mistake. I'm messing up here. We need to add just a little bit more geometry or we're going to confuse the system. Because I actually created a double face by accident. And you do not want to do that. Otherwise, it will cause shading errors and all kinds of other issues. Alright. With this, we need to go ahead and add just a little bit more geometry. So make sure it's on vertice select. Press A once or twice until nothing is selected. Right click on this vertice. And then shift right click on this vertice and press F to fill. And the reason why we're doing that, we have to break this up in two different pieces. That way this is a separate face and this over here is a separate face. Otherwise, when we go to fill it, it will fill all the way across, and we don't want to do that. So now that we got that sorted out, and I hope I didn't confuse you too much, press C and then just go around the perimeter And same way right here. So now that we have all the vertices selected going around like this. And then if we press F to fill, then it fills in this correctly, like we actually needed, before I confused you too much. Press A so that nothing is selected. C for circle select, left click. And then just go around the edges. And then press F to fill. Now let's go ahead and fill in the center of the hand. A to select nothing. C for circle select. And then just go around like this. Well, we don't want this one over here selected, and I accidentally did. So, middle mouse button with the circle select to deselect. And then just continue. Alright, with that, all those selected, press F to fill. A to select nothing. Now we need to break this up the same way we did this perimeter. So in this case, since it's a little bit more complicated of geometry, I'm going to go ahead and take this vertice and shift right click this vertice and press F to fill to connect those two pieces. I'm going to do the same right here. Right click to select, shift right click, F to fill. Right click, shift right click, F to fill. Alright, now let's go ahead and fill in these individual perimeter pieces. C for circle select, and then just work my way around this little portion right here. Now, I can look right here and see that I made another little mistake. I actually need this right here connected to here, just like I have up here. So I'm going to press A so that nothing's selected, right click, shift right click, and press F to fill. See this, whenever you're doing modeling like this, you will make several mistakes. Nobody is perfect. I guarantee you, even somebody like Blender Guru makes little mistakes like this, albeit a whole lot less than someone like me. After all, I am a rookie. So let's try this again. A so that nothing is selected. C for circle select, and then just work my way around the perimeter of this outer edge of this hand. Alright, now with that selected, all of that selected, press F to fill, and do the same thing over here. A to select nothing, C for circle select, and then just go around this perimeter. F to fill, A to select nothing, C to open up circle select, and do the same thing. Work my way around this perimeter. F to fill. Alright. Now it's starting to look like something. Let's go ahead and create this F shape. C, well, let me go ahead and select nothing by pressing A. C, go around the perimeter of the F. Press F to fill. Now let's fill in some of these empty spaces. A to select nothing. C for circle select. Now I'm going to zoom in because we want to make sure we don't accidentally select like the vertices in here, otherwise it will probably mess up the mesh. Circle select, go around this perimeter, and then press F to fill. Now we need to fill in this whole area. A to select nothing, C for circle select, and then just go around, select all the vertices around this F. Now if you look right here, I accidentally selected this vertice, so you can just press C to open up circle select, and then middle mouse button to deselect. Now press F to fill. Now we need to fill in this entire area. A to deselect everything, C for circle select, and then just go around and select. Make this mouse just a little bit smaller, and then just select all of these vertices that make up this big huge face. Now I will tell you this, in professional modeling, a clean mesh would have, every single face would have 4 sides, and that's not what we're doing here. We're just basically doing it the non-professional way, the layman way, because this right here as a single face would basically get you fired if you was trying to do this in the professional realm. But I'm not a professional, I'm just a rookie. F to fill. Alright, now the only thing left is this part down here and the outer perimeter. So I'm going to press A to select nothing, and I'm going to go ahead and select this bottom part. C for circle select, and then just go around and select all the vertices around this bottom part. Alright, they're all selected, so I press F to fill. Now all we need is this outer part. So here's what we do. A, we may be able to put this on line select and then press Alt, hold down the Alt key and then right click. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that worked a whole lot better. And then Shift Alt right click. Now we can press F to fill. Now what we want to do at this point is press Tab to exit edit mode. And as we can see, we have faces. And if we put this on wireframe, we don't really see a whole lot. But what we want to do at this point, go back to solid and then just press 3 to go in the side view. Now we need to solidify this object. So go over here to the modifiers tab, add modifier, and choose solidify. And then just make this thicker in this direction. And in this case, I'm just going to go to, it's about 2. 2 should be about right. And then press apply. Now we actually have something with thickness. Now press Tab to go back into edit mode, and then put this on face select. Now that we have faces to actually deal with, press A so that nothing is selected. Now right click on this face and now press 3 on the number pad to go on the side view, and then put this on wireframe, and then press E for extrude, E, and then just drag this in to about there. And what we're actually doing is recessing that F. Now at this point we're going to go ahead and set up some materials. The first material we're going to add just two materials. So I'm going to press plus button twice, go to the top one, click new, change this from diffuse to principled, make this a blue color, and then put it on metallic, change the roughness to 0.2. Now go to the next material, click new, change it from diffuse to emission, make sure the color is just straight white, and then put this on about 10. Alright, now if we put this on material, everything's blue. Now we want this inset F to be white. So with the inset portion selected, which it is, make sure you have the emission material selected, and then click assign. Now I'm going to go back to solid view so we can see it better. Now what I want to do is I want to shift right click, 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 shift right click. That way all of these faces that make up the hand are selected. And then press E for extrude, and then just drag it out to about there. Left click to release. Now, want to grab the sleeve right here, or this portion of the hand, and then shift right click on this portion, and then press E for extrude, and then just bring it in just a little bit. Now with these two selected, select the emission material, and then click assign. Now, if we press tab to exit edit mode, pardon me, I got one more step. Alright, I can't believe I almost forgot this. Go ahead and press 1 to go on the front side view. Press A to make sure nothing is selected. Alright, now press Z to go into wireframe, or you can just click on this and then choose wireframe. Now we need to select the entire outer region that makes up this little piece. So with nothing selected, put this on, make sure it's on face select. Press C to bring up circle select, and then just select all of these faces going around the outside. Make sure you're careful not to select any of the faces of the center portion. But again, if you accidentally do like that, all you have to do is just hover over and then center mouse button to deselect, because we're selecting with the left mouse button. Alright, See, that's why we put it on Z select. That way it will select all the way through the mesh to the back side as well. Alright, with that selected, make sure you have the material, the emission material selected, and then press assign. Now if we press tab to exit edit mode and then put this in solid view, we can see our actual logo. If we put it in material mode, we can get even a better view of what it looks like. And let's go ahead and add a floor. Add mesh, plane, and then scale this up. Press 1 to go in the front side view, and then just drop this to about there. Alright, now let's look through the camera. If for some reason you cannot guide your view through the camera, over here you have an option, lock camera to view. If I don't have that set, then every time I try to guide through the camera just disengages. So if I have this on lock camera to view, now I can guide or navigate through the camera. Press home to maximize that. And now if I put this on rendered, well, let me go ahead and turn off my world light since I don't have a texture applied. And there you go. There's your Blender logo. Alright, if you have any questions about how to go about this, because I know I do not explain stuff very well sometimes, and I make a few little simple mistakes, don't hesitate to drop a comment below and I will try to answer your questions. Thanks for watching. Later, people.